Hey y'all D2ers, Jason here again, and welcome to another D2 Talk, where we interview inspiring people from the art viz field and beyond. This week I had a chat with Andriy and Vasyl Matsola, the founders of a company called Submarina based in Lviv, Ukraine. They also host an annual gathering of enthusiastic art visitors each December in Lviv. Fabio and I helped host the latest edition, and we had a great time seeing many new faces. So if you like this video, and I really think you will, give it a like, leave a comment, and share it with your friends. And if you haven't done so already, go hit that subscribe button. And now, on to the interview. Enjoy. Hi guys, thanks for joining us this time for the D2 Talks. It's great to have you. I had a great time, Fabio as well, at the 3 December event. You guys did a great job. We had fun.
Yes, the logo behind us is
exactly. I see it. Yeah. So this is Vasyl and Andriy from Submarina, and I'm going to let you guys introduce yourself a little bit. Like maybe give me a little background about how you got into ArcViz, where you studied, and so on. You guys are brothers too, right?
Yeah. We're like twins, but not identical.
Okay.
Not now identical, but we were. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, we started back in 2014 while studying architecture, but actually we started a bit earlier with Submarina because Submarina is a rock band. And it used to be a rock band. We played like from 2009 or 10, I don't remember actually. We were living in the campus, like the university campus, together in the room, and also Taurus, but he's now not in Submarina.
Yeah,
like he left.
We gotta talk. Maybe we talk about that if you want to a little bit later, but we don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we started like a rock band, and then we transformed into the studio of ArcViz. Like when we graduated the university, like 5 years after starting a band, I guess, or 4 years after starting a band. I don't remember.
Yeah, and
but basically we're like rock stars.
Who became ArcViz stars? Or
I don't know.
Yeah,
if you're stars, I don't know.
But were you studying architecture?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's like normal. Yeah.
There were times that we shifted. Often we shifted towards the architecture, then towards the music, and we were not sure what to do exactly. But then when we actually graduated, we realized that we have to make money to live for living. So yeah, music was not the way to do to make money.
Yeah.
So we have to do something. I guess here in post-Soviet countries, it was really easy to get foreign clients doing ArcViz, because doing architecture you can get foreign clients. It's really hard. Yeah. So ArcViz was the best option.
And I suppose the internal market for working as an architect is probably not so great.
Yeah. It's usually really shitty work. Like when you graduated, when you're a student, you imagine yourself an architect right after you graduate university. Yeah. But in reality, you just don't know what to do. Like you spend 5 years in the university and you feel like you know nothing about architecture.
Yeah.
You will have to go to some company to do like really shitty work to gain experience, and this is a really long time. We didn't have a patience for this, so we started making images. Yeah.
And when you started, did you start working in the local market, or was it were you already reaching out to outside of the borders?
No, it started we were doing work for the Evermotion.
Okay.
They have 3D models and exteriors or interiors, and we were doing things. We started from that. And in I guess few months or half a year, we developed our skills and did some projects for the portfolio and started to send emails to some clients we wanted to work with.
And was it just the three of you at the beginning? that were doing this, or
Actually, it was me and Taras who started.
Yeah.
Taras started doing like 3D models for Aeromotion, and he asked me if I want to join. And after a little, like very soon, Andriy joined as well. So basically, like 3 of us started.
I see. And that things going good now? Like everything, it just went up? Has it been just going up since the beginning? Business wise?
It's different from time to time, but I don't know. I think we're good now. I mean,
yeah, I know. It's a tough. I don't. We probably. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. I mean, it's okay. We want more.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we have to do a lot of things to get this more.
Yeah.
Yeah. After 3 December, I guess we have a lot of energy to improve everything, because before 3 December, it was kind of like very static. Nothing were going up.
And what was the motivation for doing the 3D Simber? I mean, I have a list of questions here I want to go, talk to you guys about, but I'm very interested in that because of my background of doing the conference as well. What was the initial motivation for that?
It started just like a party. It was 2016, I guess, right? Yeah. So we were at our office and we thought it's gonna be 3rd of December soon, and we thought like we would like to make a party, to organize a party at the office, and suddenly 100 people came. It was crazy. We were shocked, but it was cool. We liked it. So the next year we decided to do it again, but a little bit more serious with local talents, with local speakers. And we did it. And the next year, a little bit more, bigger.
Yeah.
So yeah. And now it's just like a tradition. And by the way, we got inspired after we visited D2. Yeah, in 2018. So we thought, we don't have
that when you guys were there.
Yeah, and we didn't have this kind of events in Ukraine, and we thought, we should do it. I mean, it would be cool. I think the main goal now is to make 3 December really international, so foreigners will come here to Lviv to visit it. Because we had a few like foreigners now, but that's not enough. We had you and Fabio as hosts. And it was cool. Thanks, guys. It was cool.
Oh, we had fun. I had really a good time, and I actually, it's also inspiring to me to come to. I love to go to other events, but most of the other events I go to, they're not related to ArcViz or that kind of community. And it was also nice to see all the people, or how many people there are, like that are looking to go to an event about that topic. And because actually, most of them were from Ukraine, I would guess, right?
Yeah. So some of them from Belarus.
Yes. Yeah.
Russia or Belarus. I don't know how they spell in English.
Yeah, Belarus. Yeah. Yeah, it's I met someone also that had come from Belarus there. Yeah. No, but I found it inspiring, and I think it's great. And if you can get more people, Lviv was a really interesting city. That's the first time I've been in Ukraine at all. The trip was a fun journey. I would recommend flying next time, but yeah, it was still part of the experience. And I think Lviv was a really nice city. It was fun. But let's move on, guys. We could talk about this 3D Simber probably the whole time, but was there something that like inspired you guys at the beginning to get into the ArcViz? Because you say you started working with Evermotion, but was there something that inspired you to like maybe move past that and start doing ArcViz, or someone out there that you saw or watched that you could pinpoint?
I guess there were we didn't have like actual company or someone who inspired us, but we just had this thoughts in our mind that we wanted to be like really cool at this, like the best. I don't know. We just wanted to do great visuals. Yeah, and we didn't have in our minds the idea of being a studio or a company. We just started doing images because we love it. That's it. And it's like kind of naturally grew to something bigger. because we had a lot of projects and we invited our friends to work with us, and we like grow and grow.
Right.
For me then, like the most important thing was the image itself, not the client. Fuck the client. then I thought like client is not important. The image, what is important. So every time we were like doing our best to achieve this best results. I don't know. I remember myself once saying that back in the university, like the third grade or fourth grade, I don't remember. I was really into doing images for my projects, and I said, "Man, it would be great to do just images for some architect." and it happened.
Yeah. Well, we're lucky that is actually a job, that you can do.
Now in 2014 in Ukraine, there were no such thing as archivists. Like it was really undiscovered. It was something new.
There were probably people doing it, but it wasn't like organized in any way. Like there was no talk about it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean,
it's like booming. It is too much competition.
Well, I think, the nice thing about it is that you can work remotely doing this kind of work really easily. Like it's probably it seems like one of the easiest jobs to do that way. It just works. Like you don't have to ever be physically present with someone else. You can do everything like this. And so it kind of makes sense that it would take off in other places, around the world, because you don't have to sit in the same city as an architect to do this. So.
So that's maybe the reason why we started. The second reason, I think. Or I don't know, but one of the reasons.
Well, that's good. Do you have employees?
It's 7. Yeah, right. 7.
And do you have like a system or something you use either in the office or personally of like how you would go through and get tasks done? Either, I don't know, like some kind of specific way you do it, or is it like just a free for all? I've seen both. Not from you guys, but generally.
Yeah, but we have, I guess, there's Ivan, who is responsible for all things that goes inside the studio. He's a director, actually. Yeah. So he manages projects and the artists and the clients. He's a top manager.
So he's like a project manager then. He's like in between the.
Yeah. And there's artists that do the images, and each artist do one image. Like this. One artist is responsible for one image.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes we mix tasks, it's not ideally every time. Yeah, what we mean that the artists do the image from scratch to the end, because there are studios that have just 3D artists and 2D artists that do matte painting.
Right.
They have like this 3D base, and we just have like generalists. Do everything.
Yeah.
Because it was the way how we started. I mean,
I understand.
We do it ourselves, and it was hard to shift from doing images to start doing business. Actually.
That's another topic. How do you, shifting from that? Well, I am the artist guy. I can do the images. Like having to actually figure out how to make the business work in itself. Was there like a transition? Was there a moment where you said, okay, we have to maybe step back a little bit and focus more on the business stuff? Was there a point where you felt like that?
Yeah, it was, I guess, 2017. 2 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, we were doing, me, Andriy, and Taurus, we were doing images, and we were managing projects with other artists and clients. Talking with clients, everything. We were buying toilet paper, we were buying a lot of shit. Like we were doing everything and building computers. Yeah. At some point, everything was just like a big mess. Yeah, it was. And started to fall, drop. Like artists were not really happy with the conditions inside the studio. We had a lot of over hours. Yeah, over hours.
Yeah, working.
Yeah, overtime. Yeah, and I guess we were a bit like exhausted, and we wanted to distance ourselves from the production. And it was kind of a really good step, because we distanced ourselves for doing the production, and we had a lot of time to think, what do we want, how to make that happen, how to make this happen, how to organize everything. And after that, everything like kind of went up. Yeah, but
Right.
the transition itself was pretty hard. I mean, we lost artists a lot. We used to do images, and when we had to give this job to other guys, to trust this job and don't do them at all, it was hard. It was hard because we were not managers, we were not businessmen, we were artists. So yeah,
Do you still
it took time.
Yeah, do you still get in there with some art direction though? Like when you feel like you need to, yeah.
It's the best part.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, because it seems like if you have different artists working on, like, let's say one project, but they're working on different images within the same project,
Yep.
like getting them to look consistently the same could be like a challenge. That different artists are doing there's two images, but they need to look like the same, like they came from the same, set. Do you have this challenge, or is it you have a way? Have you come up with a way to do that makes more sense?
No, we have like an art director. This is the lead artist and art director at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
He's like looking if it's in the one direction, or
Right.
if it looks the same. He's responsible for that. But me and Andriy, like from time to time, we like to also like give some directions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did not touch the mouse and the keyboard. Just give directions.
Was this the inspiration for the contest you guys did at the 3 December event? It's like you can art direct, but you can't touch anything. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that was fun actually. I enjoyed that a lot. It was funny to see that. It was funny that you could see like what you almost could figure out who had art directed which images.
It's, like really surprising that guys had only 2 hours. They didn't know each other, and the results were great. I mean, this was like
yeah, it was fun. It was really interesting. Yeah, I agree. It was good.
There were problems with the translation, though.
Oh yeah, okay. But in the end, it worked out. We had 4 images to look at and to vote on, so that was good. If you look back, I mean, because you guys haven't been doing this for a long time, but if you look back, is there something like that you wish you had known back then that you know now that maybe would have helped you? I mean, I think this is informative for people who are watching this who are maybe not as far along as you guys are.
Yeah.
Is there something like that you learned that you would wish you'd known back then?
Yeah, I wish I had known that sitting for that long time, for like the whole day, it's really bad for your back, bad for your health. Yeah, because I was sitting like way too much. Like I was just like woke up, sit, work, and then go to sleep. Right.
You have like a flat ass now, right? Or you did, yeah. It was like flat.
So I wish I had known that.
Yeah. So so are you saying you shouldn't sit so much, or are you saying you should buy or that you should buy a good chair?
No, I think you should work standing.
Yeah. Now, what did you want to say? Sorry.
Yeah, I think it would be great if we started thinking about all the business stuff and the organization earlier. I mean, we spent like 3 years or 4. No, 3 years just doing everything wrong.
Yeah.
It turned out to be wrong, but it was an experience. It was experience, so now we know it was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely something to be said about that. You probably there aren't really any shortcuts, and even if you know certain things ahead of time, it can help you. But you still need to experience those things, I think. Somehow.
Yeah, I guess you need to fail to turn the fail into lesson and move on. If you don't fail, you won't be successful. Maybe, I don't know.
No, I think there is something to that, for sure, because you have to. If you don't have to deal with the problems that you would face, then you don't really understand what the what the consequences are. Somebody can tell you something, but anyway. So what we have now from this is that you should stand while working. Okay, that's good. I think that's a good tip. So along the same lines there, what was something that you did fail at, like specifically, that ended up teaching you something?
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. We failed a lot of, but what I can remember, I guess it was like 2017. Me and Taurus, we like flew to Rotterdam because there is a lot of architecture offices.
Yes.
And we were just visiting one by one without any appointments, like offering our services. And we been thinking, why it is not working? Why? Yeah, it was crazy. But after we understood that it is like really aggressive marketing, you can do like that, just coming and knocking on the door, saying, you can buy images. Yeah, so
you were like a traveling salesman.
It was a big fail. Yeah. Sorry?
Like a traveling salesman.
Yeah.
Going door to door. You'd open your. Do you want to buy something?
Looks stupid. Yeah, I hate these guys. I mean,
but what was the reaction? Did you get in? Were you able to get in and show anyone something, or were you turned away?
Some offices were really welcoming, really nice people, but some, and I guess mostly, like no reaction at all, or really aggressive reaction, like secretary saying that, what are you doing? People are walking here. Go out.
Really? Okay, that's yeah. Yeah, well, that is.
You can imagine some kids walking around and offering architectural visualization. Stupid.
Yeah. I don't know. It was worth a try, though. It's maybe funny. Better than spam email.
Yeah. It's funny. A lot of serious guys, clients in Ukraine, especially consider us like kids. Like guys. Well, there were a few times when we came to the meeting, to the client, and he said to some other guy, like, make this kid a coffee. Like, I mean, what?
Make this kid.
Yeah, but it was a Ukrainian client.
Yeah.
We actually looked like kids. We're still.
Yeah, that's okay though. Maybe sometimes it's maybe not bad to be underestimated, and then you can surprise people even more.
Yeah. With your work, with your talent.
Yeah, or just the fact that they don't expect you to know what you're talking about, and then they find out you do, and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's much easier to do when you present. You doing a live meeting, not via email. Yeah, it's like as you said, it's great that you can do ArcViz work remotely. But now we are thinking that actually based in Ukraine, we have problems with getting serious clients, like big clients in Europe or USA, I don't know. So we need to work a lot and to think how to obtain these clients. And
yeah, I understand now. I mean, it's definitely doable. It's just,
it's doable.
The strategies.
Usually people in Europe, for example, consider Ukrainians I don't know, not serious, we're some.
Yeah, I think there's still like a stereotype about corruption and things like that, which of course can't be true for every person living in Ukraine, but there is definitely a stigma sometimes attached. It's not just Ukraine. I think there are people in Western Europe view a lot of Eastern European countries still in that negative way. When the reality is, it's just the same things happening in those countries.
Yeah, there are some guys, studios, companies that are pretty, how to say, well, they don't do everything clean. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
they are tricky.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm also talking about just in the general society and life, like in politics and everything else. There's very similar things happening everywhere, and but people still like to feel like they're better than others somehow. So, you know, that's where you get these stereotypes. But I want to move on a little bit and
Yeah.
you know, ask, because you know, when people start out, it's very common to say yes to everything, to do everything you get, no matter what. It doesn't matter. You know, like you said, you guys were overworking yourself, and but you know, there is something powerful about saying no, about being able to say no, and have you found that this is the case? Do you do this? Do you still say yes to everything, or do you say no now?
Yeah, you should say no to the projects that are low on the budget, or if someone expects you to do it for free, no, thanks. Because like when we started, we were doing a lot of stuff for free. We just wanted badly to do a good project for portfolio, so we were ready to make something for free. Of course, we don't do it now. We say no. Yeah, now we can do it. Like a few years back, we can. We were doing everything just to stay afloat. Yeah, but still, even now, if I don't know if there will be some request from some really amazing architect that we love. He will say, "Come on, guys, we need this project, and we need it like in a week or 2 weeks." And if we are full, we just may think that we need to take this project, and over time, we wouldn't say no. I don't think that we're in this position that we can say no to that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, someday we'll get there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not really about, I mean, saying no just because the money's not right, but because if it's a project which is, I don't know, something that can help you like move the business forward.
Yep.
In terms of a different kind of, you know, if like you've decided you want to work on this, you know, you want to be viewed as a certain kind of company. Yeah, sometimes you have to make those kind of adjustments to your strategy, but yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sometimes we receive projects with a good budget, but the architecture is really shitty. It's not tasty. It's really ugly, and they ask us to do. They take some of the references out of our portfolio, and they say, "Make it like this." And we look at their architecture and we think, "It's impossible. How do you expect us to make it like this if it's not like?" It often happens with the Ukrainian clients because they build some really high-rise buildings, and each floor is repetitive. So it's like a huge box with like shit, just a wall. Yeah, and we understand that we won't rescue the project with our images. Our images won't help this building. Like the building is, and we say no to this because we can't help.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do, and unless like I said, unless it's something that can help you go along with how you. I mean, you wouldn't probably even publish this, so it's like, so it's actually not really gonna. If it's worth, maybe I guess the only way that it's really worth it is if they gave you some insane amount of money, where you just say, okay, I can't say no to that. You know, we won't publish it. It just, but
but they won't.
Sorry, what?
But they won't give us insane amount of money.
Exactly. So then you say no.
3 years ago, we had some cases like this, and we did it just because of the amount of money. But then we realized we were really exhausted. We didn't want to do anything at all. We were just, I don't know. It was like a depression.
Yeah, that's the other problem. Then you're not happy, you know, with that kind of.
Yeah,
it's not fun. It's not fun at all, right? To work on. So
you have to find the problem that you want to solve, that you love to solve.
Yeah,
that you love to do.
totally. So are you guys reading a lot? Do you read a lot of books? Anything like
No,
that? No.
not a lot, but yes, I read.
Is there
But
anything you've read like specific to uh,
yeah,
business or anything like that, or creative work, things like that, or do you read just fiction?
the latest one. No, I read the book. It's called Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love it. Like it's really great. It teaches you that you need to do things that you love,
Right.
because why wasting time for doing shit? Yeah, like generally the book is about that.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting to read for everyone, like for the creatives, for the business
Yeah,
guys, or
right. Yeah,
whoever.
for people who are unhappy. You
Yeah.
say, "Hey, maybe I shouldn't do this shit that I don't like," you know?
Did you read it?
No, I've not. I never read it. I've. It's on my list though, for sure.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like quick to read. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I think sometimes some people actually, I think they read too much. They're just so much into reading that suddenly they don't do nothing. They just read, and that's it. And they are full of information
Yeah,
which
I know what you mean.
they didn't use, which they don't use. So I mean, you have to read, but just like a normal amount, and then you do the stuff that you have read and make some notes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would agree. You have to. I mean, the reading is fine if you take action on what
yeah.
you've read. If you can try to put those
Because
things into action somehow.
nowadays we're just it's just too much information around in
Yes.
our phones, notebooks, everywhere. So it's not working.
Yeah, we're making more right now. More information for people. If
Who's
you
gonna
if
watch it?
so to the viewers out there, if you've watched it this far, you get a prize. I don't know what it is yet, but you get a prize, because you really are sticking with it.
Yeah.
Um, so I there's kind of something going on, these days in the industry, and in the industry. I don't like the word industry, like the field of ArcViz. That uh, there is like a nice community that sticks together, but sometimes there are people who seem to not really care about what's going on. But what do you guys feel like
Yep.
generally, like in the Ukraine? Is the community like sticking together and helping each other, or is it still like in that phase where the people are still a little bit, worried about the other guy? And
Yeah, I think that here it's the like really the beginning phase, because it is really a young field here in Ukraine and the other post-Soviet countries. It's only like 5 years or a bit more, I don't know. But the community is not like really a community. Yeah, but it's starting to develop with the help of Free December.
yeah,
There's a guy that has a CGI Award UA, and another guy CGI School, I guess. So there are stuff starting to going on around. And I think that the community really like growing, and it's growing stronger.
yeah,
Yeah, and I think the credit revolution is really helpful now for our community here, because people here don't understand how things works. They don't understand that you need to credit someone if you post others' work, or that you can't use someone's work to promote yourself.
yeah,
Like people don't understand it here. So the credit revolution is really helpful to like unite the community and people to like to educate this community.
yeah,
So in general, I guess in globally the community is like now it's like supportive. It supports the industry, but there are still a lot of individuals that do like really bad stuff.
yeah. I think it feels to me like if you look at it overall, it's a good community that supporting itself with each other, but there's always like pockets locally in some countries where it's just working still a little differently. Like it's not quite reached that point where the people feel comfortable. They can they feel like they don't have to worry about people
Hmm.
stealing their projects or their people or whatever. I mean, this happens everywhere,
Yep.
but and honestly, if you're a good company, you shouldn't worry too much if somebody goes somewhere else, or um,
Yeah, yeah.
it's uh,
Like we have a lot of companies in Lviv, and we're friends. We're
yeah,
not
that's good.
like yeah. Actually, we have Yuri Bobak in the same building.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. So you guys are pretty young, but do you ever think about your purpose in life? Like what you? I mean, even for me, I see it also as like your purpose in life, but not only that, but like what would you like to achieve, as you go along?
Actually, I don't feel like there's like a real purpose, but I feel like I want to do things that really help someone or something to solve something and do it my own way. Like, so people would request my work only the way I do it, not the way that some other
Mm-hmm.
company or artist do stuff. So I just like to do things, experiment, and yeah. I guess I feel like the same. That I don't believe in some purpose in life. Like you can be born with some purpose
Yeah.
on purpose in your life. You can make something your purpose, but you can be born with one.
Yeah.
Uh, I rather have the feeling or understanding that I want to do doing no matter what. I want to be helpful, like and doing it with interest or enthusiasm. I like to be creative, so I I don't know. I can be in some other field or industry, like filmmaking or photography or architecture or music. Yeah. No matter what, I just want to be creative. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's with us. It's a little bit of problem because we're every time we're curious with new things, and we get bored when it's not new.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to stick to something like to single thing. I don't
Yeah.
know. There's always curiosity to try something else and how it works and like do some researches, discover things.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I guess we're discovering the business uh,
Business side of
business side of the Submarina because we're just starting it,
Yeah, I
like
understand.
to build it like a business.
Which is also a great thing to have the people come, like Matthew and Eric and those guys that you can talk
Yeah.
to, because I mean,
Yeah.
especially Matthew. The guy has so much experience over the years, and like at the highest level, like he's dealing with like the top level clients. Like the people that really have money. No, what I mean is that increases the importance and the risk and the stress. Because you're creating something. They're paying a lot of money for it. It has to be like nothing else has been made before, right? Like that's kind of the feeling that I would say they probably have, and to be working at that level, and he's got so much good information.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he's really supportive. He helps us a lot.
Yeah, he's a really great guy.
Yeah, and it feels like we're on the same wave. I don't know, like
Yeah.
it feels like a connection is pretty strong
And
with Matthew.
yeah. And is there like something specific for you, like what you think like success looks like? Like, do you think you've reached it to this level, to this point, or you have like some bigger idea of success that you want to achieve?
I don't know. Maybe success when somebody that you follow or you respect says to you something that you do a great job,
Mm-hmm.
just like that. Just simple as that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not about the money or the,
Yeah.
I don't know, popularity.
Yeah, I think for me, success is also when you do what you love and people love it. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't just go and try to advertise yourself. You just do what you do, and you do it so good that people can notice it,
Yeah.
and they would like love it.
Yeah,
And it would be helpful. So
it's like
just
the,
like a
the work speaks for itself. Like you don't have to promote it. You mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah, I like that. And like at the very beginning, we were talking about Taurus, because he was one of, you guys started all together. And I don't mean, look, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but I don't know, was everything like, I can cut this out if we want to, but so what was going on? He wanted to, he wanted to go a different direction, or?
Yeah, when we like distanced ourselves from doing the production, we like started to have a lot of time. So me and Andriy we were interested in doing music, and we do it still. And Taras started to to get into some business things, and he discovered that he wants to be
Runs a cafe.
he wants to run a cafe. So
Okay.
he bought a small cafe.
Oh, okay.
He now runs a cafe, and he wants to invest all of his time into a cafe. So he understands that he won't have time doing Submarina stuff, and he decided to leave.
So it's just like that. Like I said, with me and Vasyl and Taras, it's pretty much the same. That we like to discover new things, and Taras has discovered recently that he wants to move on with another interest in his life, and it's okay. Like we're all good.
And Taras is a very dynamic person. He likes to change things.
Yeah, but I think it's also good. It's like just like the book you're talking about. It's like if you feel like you're not really enjoying what you're doing. I mean, so many people will stay in that situation, and I mean, there's a lot of reasons to stay in situations, like if you need money or whatever. But if you can and you don't like something, I mean, or you feel like you're not going to be as happy, of course, why not? I mean, I think it is definitely.
Well, I think the in few years, Taras will be into something else, like totally different, and it's okay. It's like just the way he live. I mean, that's his lifestyle. I don't know. And it's cool. I don't think it's bad.
No, of course not. And it's actually kind of cool that you guys can build up the business and then he can do something else and decide to do something else. That's great. I mean, it's actually I know a lot of people like that who are, you always want to do something different, but most people don't have the courage to do it because they're afraid.
Yeah, because it's risky.
It's gonna fail or whatever. Yeah, it's always. So, I salute Taurus, and it's too bad it was too late that we did this interview that he's not there. Sorry, Taurus, about that. But
I think he's gonna watch it. So
he's gonna watch it. You think? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. But guys, I want to say thanks a lot for doing this with us, and again, thanks for having Fabio and I at the 3 December event. It was really fun.
Yeah, thank you.
And I definitely would love to come back to Lviv. I really liked the city. It was really fun. So I don't know. You guys going to keep doing it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to keep going. Okay, that's good.
It's just when we see these happy faces.
Yeah, it's addictive, isn't it? It is. I mean, we get the same at D2. You have two days of all these people having fun and drinking beer and whatever, and it's worth it. Yeah,
the community. It's the connections, the people.
Yeah, it's fun. It really is. So, guys, hang on. I'm going to stop the recording now, and I would like to say goodbye. But thanks again for doing this, and so the viewers out there, we'll see you for the next one.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.